The national anthem ends with a literal vow, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo. Historically, honoring that promise meant facing a bayonet or a firing squad. Today, that same struggle for sovereignty has moved from the battlefield to the sterile halls of the Senate. Under Spanish and Japanese occupation, freedom wasn't a diplomatic accomplishment. It was a debt paid in leveled infrastructure, ruined cities, and a staggering count of lives lost to reclaim the soil. The cost remained high even during the fight for internal reform. Senator Ninoy Aquino understood the risk of returning from exile. His assassination and his family's subsequent suffering became the price of challenging the martial law regime. True independence was never a gift. It is an inheritance bought with the physical and personal agony of those who came before us. Today, the threat is less about total occupation and more about geopolitical friction. Maintaining sovereignty means navigating the intense pressure from both the United States and China without becoming a puppet to either. But modern independence isn't just a matter of foreign policy. It requires a government that is equally independent from the internal rot of systemic corruption. Exposing that rot and protecting public funds requires a new generation of reformers to pay a different but equally devastating price. While the environment has changed from trenches to hearing rooms, the system still exacts a heavy toll on anyone who dares to disrupt the status quo. The mechanics of modern political warfare rely on manipulating institutional levers. Corrupt entities maintain control by rewriting Senate rules and orchestrating impeachment trials to silence their critics. This map of the flood control scam shows billions vanishing into private pockets, shielded by calculated rule changes. When investigators get close, the system triggers a retaliation playbook, using false witnesses, political isolation, and coordinated media smears to destroy the whistleblower's credibility. The ultimate deterrent is the threat of jail. We have seen reformers faced with fabricated charges and physical detention, used as a warning to others who might think about standing up. Demanding transparency in the modern era often results in the systematic destruction of a person's political career and personal peace. Given these risks, why continue the fight? Because we must weigh the personal cost to reformers against the devastating cost of doing nothing. Stolen public funds translate directly into a health crisis. Every peso lost to a scam is a peso taken from maternal care and child nutrition, leading to permanent physical stunting for thousands of children in their first 1,000 days. When systemic theft hollows out the economy, it destroys local opportunity. Millions of Filipinos find themselves forced to find work abroad, separating families for years just to survive. Allowing these scams to persist trades the health and unity of the next generation for a few years of political silence. This is the permanent erosion of the nation's human potential. It has been roughly 40 years since the 1986 EDSA Revolution. This timeline echoes the biblical account of the Israelites wandering the desert for 40 years after their liberation from Egypt. Revolution can change a regime in days, but shifting a national mindset takes much longer. This 40-year period represents the difficult work of outliving the habits of the past, refusing to think like subjects so the next generation can lead. Current leaders, born during the martial law era, are engaging in these ugly legislative battles to purge the system of these old habits before the next generation takes over. We cannot hand over a truly sovereign, corrupt-free country to Gen Z if we are unwilling to endure the pain of cleaning the system today. In the modern era, to die for the country means being willing to sacrifice your comfort and safety to ensure the truth reaches the public. Maintaining true independence requires a daily, active choice to expose the truth and resist the status quo. These political battles are not distractions. They are the essential, painful cost of finally securing a sovereign future for the Philippines.